February 16th, 2009. This is Diehard Gamer Radio, show 63.
Now with sibilance.
That's a big 03, Roger.
You are approaching the target of attack. Your mission starts now. Are you ready? The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go!
You are listening to Diehard Gamer Radio, the source for off-mainstream video game news and topics. And now, your hosts, Murdock, Brian, John, and Steve.
Just a couple more shots.
What is sibilance?
Sibilance.
Oh, you know, she was in the War on the Roses and I think Moonlighting.
It's like the SS, only more audio-ish.
Audio-ish.
It's like audio ick. You get some.
It's disgusting audio, apparently.
Yeah, you get some antibiotics and it clears it right up.
Yeah, that was the second time I had the audio ick.
Well, that's
it for Diehard Gamer Radio.
I'm not enough of an audio.
Join us next time.
Due to funny
Show
inflation,
number
we
64.
are now out of funny.
It'll exist.
Shorter.
I'm not enough of an audiophile to actually contribute to this nerdy type of discussion here.
Well, you're supposed to moderate then.
All right.
I'm supposed to moderate.
Wow, you know, some of this news is really old.
Well,
It has been 3 weeks.
yeah.
Did they ever fix the problem with number one?
We need to tell the audience what number one is.
Well,
We
hurry
could
up.
just let
What are
them
you doing?
infer it. That might be
could
more
infer it.
interesting.
Number one, take a number two.
Okay, well, first of all, I am Murdock because I haven't done the introductions, and I have.
Nobody's watching
We
this.
can't let people infer that
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
Yeah.
And besides, we know you're not Murdoch. You're Shadow. We
Yes.
figured this out last time.
Oh, geez, not this shit again.
He's gone furry.
But I have Brian, Steve, and John, and I think we'll just go straight to the news so that we don't have any more Shadow the Hedgehog or furry jokes.
Well, now that you've
coming
brought it
my
up,
way.
it's pretty much going to happen every single
Well.
minute this podcast.
Okay.
How's those pistols doing?
The pistols. They're doing well along with the stamen.
Oh,
What? I can't do a little botany humor?
little sex botany, plant sex humor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it even humor?
It's blue. You're
Oh.
working blue today, Murdoch, aren't you?
Apparently. All right. So first up, the DRM shutting down the PC version of Gears of War, but as mentioned, it's kind of old because I think it's been fixed.
Oh, it's
It
been
was.
fixed. In fact, they patched the shit out of it like 3 times over now, so it will never have another problem again, apparently.
They have a patch that undid the patch that patched the problem.
Yeah, they had to patch it 3 times, I think.
How do you mess that up?
Well, because you tried to do it in 30 minutes flat.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
It
it
was
was
like,
Which is why I think that's why they didn't announce another Gears of War for the PC.
It was like,
2
quick,
will not
somebody
be on it.
pull out the backup tape so we could try
Yeah.
and do a patch for the thing.
Yeah. Do we still have the source code for this?
well, they probably just downloaded the source code off some hacker's website.
It's easier than looking for it.
I don't think they ever had a leak, and that's probably a good thing.
Wow. So, anyway, let's move on to the next topic because,
Well,
everyone's playing Gears of War on PC, right?
it's still the implication is, here's how DRM sucks, even when the companies don't want it to suck.
By the way, what was it? Ars Technica had, I think it was the Electronic Front, the EFF, had some open, I guess, forum or something about people saying, hey, here's all the problems with DRM and citing specific examples and stuff like that. And they
It was
published
for,
a report.
I think it was an FCC open comment period on DRM,
Yeah.
which apparently gamers decided to come out and force for. I doubt it'll do any good, but
Hey.
they did.
Yep.
At least we're getting involved.
Interactive.
Stop that.
It is, the interesting question, though. What happens 10 years down the line when, say, Xbox Live disappears?
Yeah.
Yeah. All those games on my hard drive would be useless.
Well, they'll keep working until your console breaks, but it's still not the same as, having a disc that maybe you can cobble together an emulator to run somewhere.
Now, can't you save
Yep.
the games on the memory card for the Xbox 360? Can't you transfer it over to that?
There's no
yeah,
memory
but
card
that
big
doesn't
enough.
help. No, well, these not for like the disc games, but the 512 meg ones will hold almost all the XBLA stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the original size for the XBLA stuff was that hard 150 meg limit.
Oh, okay.
And they, went up to 256 with Symphony of Night and some of the stuff that's come out since then, but they're still pretty small.
So that flash, was it a flash card?
Which they have up to a half gig size on now.
Huh. So I guess there's an option, I guess, if you want to.
Well, that still doesn't help you run it because it doesn't help you with the way the DRM works. It's still tied to your console and live account.
Well,
So
yeah.
It's not like you could have one of your bought games and transfer it over to another Xbox once live disappears.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, who's to say where hackers will be come that point too? Maybe the games you have will be hackable and playable on something else.
All we need is some quantum computers.
Yep.
Yep.
They'll probably be as cheap
Hold
as
my
flash
breath
drives.
for
coming up on.
those.
So now, quantum computer. That's a computer that's.
Scott Bakula.
Yeah, I was about to go
Yeah.
there.
Send you back in time to fix
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
This mathematical problem is wrong. Go back and fix
All
it.
the servers are named Ziggy.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
some nerdity for all you Quantum Leap fans out
They're
there.
all
both of you.
chain smoking CPUs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was still waiting for who's it? The
Sweet.
guy that played the guy that held Ziggy, that actor.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
on
I was
Battlestar
waiting for him to
Galactica.
show up on Enterprise. Scott Bakula's just sitting in the captain's chair, and he's like, "Bloop." "Oh
Oh
God."
god.
That
Yeah.
might have been the only thing that would get me to watch that again. Is if he
If
got
it was if the
That
whole
would be
thing was a
hilarious.
Quantum Leap episode.
That would only happen during sweeps week.
Why am I still here, Al?
I've
Well,
already
you signed
saved
a
the
4-year
universe from
contract
time
and-
travelers.
Yeah. You signed a 4-year contract with Rick Berman. That's why you're still here.
By the way, we'll have our Star Trek minute coming up later this episode, so watch for that. All right, next up, Atlas announces Persona and Growlancer remakes for PSP, which might interest you, John?
Really, I don't need any other SRPG than Disgaea. I mean, that series will keep me busy till the end of time.
That's true.
I got an emulator on my PSP, so I can play them right now if I want. I got nothing holding me back.
Oh, by the way, tomorrow is also the release date of the Prinny platform game.
Can I be the hero?
Yeah, are you picking that up?
I will eventually. I don't feel any particular need to pre-order it. It looks like it'll be fun.
It looks cute, yeah.
All the people saying it's brutally hard, though, doesn't make
Yeah.
me want to run out and spend a lot of money on it, though.
Well, which means that I would like it.
Possibly. Though, I mean, it's being compared to a level of difficulty to Ghouls and Ghosts.
That's about the level of difficulty I like.
You do enjoy the games that aren't fun.
Oh, would you stop that?
So
It's
you
fun
really
to
prefer
me.
the
Somebody's gotta.
kicked in the testicles button to
Yeah,
come with your
yeah.
games.
It's the one that kicks you in the beanbag.
I do value my beanbag, but still. And I like saying the word beanbag. It is an inherently funny word.
I like fun bags better.
Fun bags?
There's something
Okay.
more exciting about fun bags.
But that's just misogyny when those get kicked.
Oh, not mine.
Wait,
But
what?
Well,
That's
this
ac-
week on Diehard Gamer Radio, we realized that Brian's a hermaphrodite.
So if I look up fun bag on Google, will I find something appropriate for the Photoshop?
There's going to be a lot of appropriate things for the Photoshop
No,
of
I
that
don't.
one.
I think you're lying.
These fun bags are brought to you by Diehard Gamer Radio.
And Frito-Lay.
Although it would be interesting if you turned Safe Search on and used the first
Yes.
response.
Probably get some like toy from the 60s.
Yeah.
By the way, Diehard Gamer Radio says that you should not do what John says. Don't
What
do
did you
that.
just say?
What did-
You
yeah,
used,
what
like,
the hell
English
was that
words.
jumble
I
of
was
things?
trying to be
You need a
witty.
disclaimer.
Diehard
A reclaim,
Diehard
declaimer.
Gamer Radio does
Diehard Gamer
not
Radio very
endorse
much does
Murdock.
endorse fun bags.
Do we? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Female fun bags.
Frickin'
Wait, do females have fun bags?
what?
Wow. Somebody
What?
needs a Google search.
Like somebody
Just-
needs an Urban Dictionary.
I think so. Go to number 3 because you're embarrassing us, the rest of us males.
My head
It's
hurts.
true.
All right. I thought they were.
No,
sweater
just go to number 3.
Shut up. Put up shutting up, Rabbit.
Okay, Warhammer Online reaches 300,000 subscribers. Is that good, Steve?
I don't know. Are they making money?
I don't know.
I think they are.
Are they?
So
They're making
it's good.
subscribers.
Now, are you
which-
still playing it?
No.
How does that compare to DAOC?
I'd have to look. Have to go back and see. It's a totally different age, though. I mean, DAOC was playing in the early days of, more people having broadband, and the only competition was EverQuest.
Yeah, so
So-
I mean, as long as they're doing better than that,
Yeah,
then
I'm
they're
sure it
probably
is.
okay.
I
If
mean,
they're not doing better than that, then they're probably on the fast path to hell.
It's been a long time, but I think that Dark Age of Camelot really only had like 12.5 servers, and you were talking, you peaked out at 500 on a server for good performance. So
So what MMORPG are you playing?
nothing.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the Star Trek RPG.
Okay.
So
And I'm assuming
no
you're
more
not.
games for the next 4 years.
yeah, guess so.
Shit.
Kind of sucks when you make those commitments and you're like, damn it.
I didn't know those pre-order agreements were exclusive.
Yeah, they're they're non-competes. Non-compete,
by the way, Steve,
beta test. Actually, no, I'm waiting for Jumpgate Evolution's supposed to be out next quarter.
Yeah,
I'll
I think I've got
probably
a
end up
beta
playing
testing
that
on
one.
that too.
by the
Well,
way,
if they give that to you.
Well, yeah, assuming I get out of
There's
the
like
lottery.
750,000 entries for the beta test for that thing.
by the way,
so-
Steve, I know this is kind of oldish, but I'm assuming you read up on what happened in EVE Online, right? That whole
Oh, yeah.
takeover of
Well,
what was
you
it,
know.
Band of Brothers?
yeah,
or something
Band of
like
Brothers
that?
got well, they kind of got fucked.
Was this
Really,
like the
that's what
one
it
that
boils
happened
down
a couple years ago? where
No,
they-
no,
no,
this-
this is different. Same alliances involved, but there was a director from Band of Brothers who, and I don't remember if he got approached or if he was actually a mole. But either way, what he did is he went another alliance basically got this guy to basically disband their alliance, and I don't remember if he destroyed or shut down or sold or whatever all the things that were basically marking all the 00 sectors as Band of Brother Alliance territory.
Wow.
That's as soon as he disbanded the alliance, they all popped.
Yeah.
Because since they were attached to the alliance, when it disappeared, they all went uncontrolled.
Yeah. Well, but he didn't disband the alliance because the name is still unusable. So the alliance still exists. It's just like with no members now or whatever, however that works.
Well, and I know there's like a whole, isn't it like 30 days or something to form one or something? I thought there was like a pretty long period that you
Oh.
had to go through for.
For alliances?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah, so all their stuff, their holdings, the Band of Brothers possessions, all that stuff is all gone.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the
Yeah,
alliances
it was
are
gone in
running
like 30
through.
minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the territories were all open and undefended at that point.
Yeah.
So, all the rest of the other alliances, which were nowhere as big as Band of Brothers, that were, on their borders, just said, hey, look, free territory.
Land grab.
Yep.
Yeah. So all their money and all their ships and everything just
Yeah.
kind of went away.
And the whole thing is
Well,
legal.
it's not all their money in ships. I mean, it's kind of a weird ownership thing. And I mean,
Yeah.
the individual corporations didn't go anywhere. None of the players
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows?
Just
what'll
their
come of it all, but-
affiliation to the Band of Brothers changed.
Yeah, they got butt fucked from inside.
Well, they no longer had the corporation organization that they had when they had the alliance.
They just took out the hierarchy and
Yeah, and it was from a group of people from Something Awful that did
Yeah, it was the something goons. But yeah, and it's all within, they did it all within the parameters of the game. So
There's
Yeah,
act-
though sometimes
which is
Eve really
realistic.
does seem like it was built for griefers.
yeah,
well, it's realistic. I mean, it's what could happen in
just
real
don't
life.
go
Well,
where
that couldn't happen in real life.
Well, in
because
real space, we'll say.
if you had some member of the corporation go, nope, we're not a real corporation anymore, everybody else would go, what? No.
Yeah.
That dude's crazy.
Yeah, well, but just don't go any place where the griefers are, and then you're okay.
And where would that be?
Places that aren't dangerous, kind of like in real life.
Mm.
Do they still have Empire Space now, or did they
Yeah.
get rid of that in the
No,
latest
there's
patch? I
Empire
thought there was
Space.
something where they're trying to changed that whole thing.
Well, there's the factional warfare, but that was like a year ago.
Oh, okay.
So you in the Empire space, you can choose to belong to an Empire faction, and then if you go into different territories that aren't aligned with that Empire, you have different security default permissions. So like the NPCs will fire at you. Say you're in Caldari, and they have some incident with the Galenti, and say you're a Galenti, government aligned faction thing, and you go into Caldari, there's a chance that you get shot at.
So it's kind of like you can actually be a member of the NPC factions now.
Yeah, as opposed to just being part of the university or of whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up, the Fallout 3 downloadable content is delayed, and what makes up this DLC?
Well, because the first bit obviously came out on time for the Operation Anchorage stuff.
Yeah, the horse armor.
No, because this was actually like fun.
Oh, okay.
And not overpriced.
Okay.
And not a texture swap.
All right.
No, this is the Pittsburgh and the continuation of the main storyline. It was supposed to be coming out, 1 month after the next, and now we've got it all pushed out, unfortunately.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, and maybe it means they finish it before they put it out, which, yeah, that's good.
It would be a nice paradigm shift for most software developers.
It's a nice change.
It's also
Something
nice
to
to
try.
have the expansion stuff come out while the game's still, fresh.
Well, yeah.
It looks like these companies aren't trying to nickel and dime people either. They're charging small amounts or even free. I mean, the next Left 4 Dead expansion is going to be totally free to users. And it's going to have upgrades.
It's Brian, it's you and John. You're both playing Fallout 3?
Yeah, I just started mine, but mine's on PC.
Yeah, I have to start mine over because I moved hard drives and all my saves went somewhere that I can't find them now.
Went off into the ether.
Yeah.
That
Are you playing it online?
Yeah, it does.
Are you playing it on PC?
PC, yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I mean, essentially the same game. Don't really care.
I don't actually know of any particular differences between the PC and the 360 version.
I haven't heard any either. Everything gets updated equally too.
Yeah. And I
Pretty
could,
much the same.
and if I chose to play it, I could only play it on my Xbox because I don't think my PC can run it.
Might be able to.
It's not that
It scales down
intense.
pretty well.
Yeah, but I haven't upgraded my PC in a really long time, so it's.
Why would you care?
Yeah, that's true.
Plays fine on both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now all I need to do is care enough to buy Fallout 3. Although everyone I've
you
spoken
could get
to
exposed
so far,
to a whole new genre.
Yeah.
I mean,
the gray and brown genre. Yeah, I'm very familiar with
RPGs.
that. I've played RPGs before.
No, you haven't. You played JRPGs.
They have the RPG in it.
Yes, but there's a reason why they have a modifier before it.
Oh. As opposed to what, just normal RPG?
Yeah, they're
Because
junior
we invented the
RPGs.
genre, so we get the short name.
Yeah,
Oh. Is that how that works?
pretty much.
Okay. So we invented the bus, so we get the short bus.
That too.
Have you played some Well, you haven't played some Western RPGs. But yes, some RPGs do admit the short bus requirement there.
Okay.
If you play Questron,
I thought it was Questor.
sure.
I think that's a cousin from the Addams Family.
No.
Anyway,
All right. So Fallout 3, I've spoken to a lot of people, and they seem to like it. Bakadon really loves the game.
It made it onto an awful lot of top 10 lists.
So I might like it.
hey, can't go wrong with shooting your pistol and some guy's head flies off. Can't go wrong with that.
I do really wish the deaths were gorier, but...
They're pretty gory on the PC version. I don't know.
Well, I mean, limbs come off, but they just don't compare to the original Fallout death scenes.
Well, I don't know. I enjoy it. I think that the bottle cap mines do entirely too much damage, however.
I
All
don't
right.
know. Mines are hard to use, so...
They are. Well, you got to run backwards. You throw them. You get people running after you, and then you run backwards, kind of zigzagging while you throw your mines, and it seems to work okay.
Okay. So next up, a real-life Bomberman threatens Hudson Soft. The only reason I have this because I thought it was kind of funny. But
That was
apparently,
ironic.
well, the 29-year-old delivery man Ike Takao of Kagawa Prefecture was arrested for sending bomb threats to the video game Hudson Soft. One threat included bring 80 trillion yen, which is about 80 something
$3.
$3.
I think
in
it's like
cash
$8 million.
to Takamatsu Station, or else I'll keep sending bombs to your company until everyone is dead. After being arrested, he said, I sent them my opinions and hopes for their games, but they didn't make the games better, so I did it. And among his opinions, that Bomberman did not have enough bombs. So here's a nice winner for you.
Yep.
Well, the Darwin Award is not picky.
Well, he
between,
didn't blow himself up with bombs.
Although like he may never have actually made a bomb. So.
Well, he
How exciting
started
is
by
that?
making a round ball with a fuse that comes out of it. A cartoony bomb.
Yeah.
Every
A
bomber has to
cartoon
start
bomb
somewhere.
blows up all cartoons in a certain radius.
Possibly.
Oh, okay.
This takes out bad programmers.
Huh. Well, that was exciting, Murdock. What's the next one?
Modern
Something
Warfare
that's
2
not only
rumored.
threatening to Roger Rabbit, hopefully.
Modern Warfare 2 rumored, and you gave this to me, John, for some reason.
Well, I think the interesting bit about this news, I mean, it's not a shock we're going to get another Call of Duty game.
A sequel to a successful franchise?
But that they're doing Modern Warfare 2, I think, gives some hope that they're going to stop mining World War II.
Yeah, but World War II was the last game where we knew that America was on the good side.
Is what's their name actually doing this one, or is this?
This is going
Farmed
back
out.
to Infinity Ward.
Ah.
Because it was Call of Duty World at War was the in-between studio.
Right. We outsourced this to give the real studio a break, and then.
And they did another World War II game, but here the real studios looks like they're going back to not World War II. So that's pretty awesome.
So pretty much what we're saying is that the Infinity Ward ones may be expanding, whereas they're going to continue mining World War II for the alternate
Maybe.
releases.
I mean, the alternate people might just run out of ideas and have to start doing knockoff Modern Warfare games now.
I think let's just start doing Continental Warfare. It's like, well, let's see. You've got to be within about 10 feet of this person because your musket doesn't have rifling in the barrel. So.
They could do World War One.
Oh,
You know,
good.
they
so
could do
you stay in
trench
one place
warfare.
and you have a button that makes you look up over the trench, and then one makes you go down in the trench.
It's like Time Crisis.
It
It's got a little
should have a
pedal that
foot
it comes
pedal
with.
for it.
The over-the-top pedal.
It's a creaking wooden pedal.
Over the top pedal, the pedal named after Stallone movies.
What's the next one?
Oh, come on. That was funny.
I'm just gonna hedge my bet that
You know,
he's
the
gonna hog
arm
funny.
wrestling movie? No?
Just number 7.
All right.
The riff track for it was hilarious.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I bet that was probably pretty good.
Star Ocean 4, different for the U.S. market. And you actually shared this with me, John, and I found the whole thing
screenshots
kind of
really
interesting.
help to illustrate it all, I think.
Yeah, the anime-style portraits and plain-colored menus were replaced with CG models and CG-styled menus. My comment was, I was wondering why the changes were there, because I figured that the Star Ocean 4 audience are weeaboos anyway and would want an anime style. So I can't imagine them. Why would they change it to a CG style? That
Well,
makes
they're
no
trying to
sense me.
attract the same Halo 2 fans that, the
Yeah,
frat
but
boys
Halo
that
2
love
fans
those
aren't going
guys.
to buy an RPG.
Oh, they're trying to expand their market. You're going to turn off the frat boys by putting all that anime crap in there.
So the Halo 2 players will look at the CG graphics, go, "Oh, this is awesome," and not realize it's a role-playing game.
I don't know. I got none.
I think
I
they're
mean,
just
I have to imagine-
experimenting.
That's
they're
the,
trying to increase their market.
that's
That's
the,
just one way to do it.
And Steve will know what I'm talking about. This is like the Final Fantasy VII thing. You know, when Sony did commercials, Square did commercials for Final Fantasy VII. In this country, they showed nothing but CG, and they didn't show any gameplay footage. So all these people bought it without any knowledge of the franchise or what was involved in it. And
Sounds like the advertisements worked.
well, you weren't there when a lot of them were returned, and people were like, there's text in here. I have to read. This game sucks. It's like, well,
I never had that problem.
I had that problem.
I think you just dreamt it.
No, I did not dream it.
It's some sort of.
I had to fill out like a bunch of manual receipts that
some
day.
sort of weeaboo elitist
It is
dream.
not a weeaboo elitist dream.
Yeah.
Why would a weeaboo
I don't
dream
know. You
about-
tell me,
Yeah,
you weeaboo elitist.
I'm not a weeaboo elitist.
Oh, fine, you're
Because I
just
don't
weeaboo.
believe that everything in Japan is great. Pizza, not great in Japan. What?
You
Taco
must have
pizza
a
can be
pretty
very
low bar
scary.
if you like Shadow, though.
That
Oh, geez, not this shit again.
was pretty good.
You're just going to fit that in whenever.
You know what I think?
Obviously.
I think you should go to number 8.
Vampyre Story is out for you to spend money on.
So, yeah, that Vampyre Story game I was talking about before from the Monkey Island artists, you can buy it.
Have you? No, are you? I'm assuming you're planning on buying this?
I actually put my order in this morning.
Oh, okay.
I was poking
That would
around.
be a
I needed
yes.
to get up to free shipping on a cell phone charger I was buying.
There's an endorsement if I ever heard one.
I do
If
the
you
same
need to
thing.
fill out something in order to get free shipping, this is the game for you.
I do the same thing on buy.com because they have a 25 minimum.
Well-
You find little things to fill that 25.
That ends up being a remarkable amount of my game purchases, actually. Because I don't really like to buy them until they're down to $20 these days.
Yeah.
But then you just screw yourself for $5.
Well,
So
you know.
now you got to go buy something else.
But so I'm looking forward to that one.
Okay.
So is it now? It's
Yeah.
the same kind of adventure game like Monkey Island.
It's a totally classic adventure game.
okay.
Based on the
lots
band
of
Vampire
really
Weekend.
quite beautiful looking hand-drawn art.
Hand drawn.
I know.
Wait, what's
Hey.
hand drawn?
Where did they find a hand drawing artist?
I haven't
Well,
seen that since a good
They raided
JRPG.
the old LucasArts employee files. Apparently.
Hey, you're not doing anything. You haven't done anything since Full Throttle. Yeah. I've got something for you. No, no, it's not another. It's not another sequel to Loom
Oh.
Oh, boy.
or the
Did they ever
Dig.
do a sequel to Loom?
I don't.
No,
believe
but I
so.
hear it's looming.
Oh. Which is actually a shame because Loom had a bit of a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, so did the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Infocom did. And I'm not hoping for a
It
sequel
has something to
to
do
that.
with a towel.
No, I think what was the ending? It's like you had to.
You walked out from the Heart of Gold. You got the Heart of Gold to not explode by making the infinite improbability drive out of the cup of tea and this and that and everything. And it lands on Magrathea and it opens up and it says, you walk out onto the surface of Magrathea. Thank you for playing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Stay tuned for the sequel, Conquest of Magrathea or whatever it was. Then that never happened.
Was that an old Infocom
Yeah,
game?
that's an
Yeah.
Infocom
Very
interactive novel one.
Text adventure.
Yeah.
No, actually, I believe you can go to the BBC website and you can actually play a graphical version of
It's
the
still
game.
the same text game.
Well, yeah, I know.
It
They just
just-
have icons for talk.
It's no, they don't. It's just illustrated.
Well, whatever.
It's like what you call it? It's like Beyond Zork, where they actually gave you a map on screen.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know that they actually did that either so much. It was more like they had an illustration for the room you were in. And
I
there's only like 20 rooms in the whole game.
Yeah.
And I think they gave you an inventory that you could actually see the stuff in your inventory, but you still had to type in everything you were doing and use the exact same text parser.
that's
They need to put up the leather goddesses of Phobos up there now.
graphical.
It was.
Sure.
Was it?
Yeah.
Leather Goddess of Phobos was actually one of the what do they call it? Were those the interactive novels? There was Leather Goddesses of Phobos.
That wasn't that Sierra?
I
No,
have no
no,
mouth
that's
and I
Infocom.
must scream.
Huh.
Infocom did like these graphical like novel type things later on before they went out of business.
We'd have to look it up on Wikipedia because I don't know which
Yeah.
ones are the interactive novels or not.
There's only 3 or 4 of them. The only one I really remember is Leather Goddesses of Phobos.
And
Isn't
would you
that
like
the
your own
best
leather
name?
goddess?
Yeah, it has a great name. Not really into leather girls, but thanks.
Really? No.
Yeah, I like the ones that have flesh. The ones that
You
aren't.
know, they
like,
can be wearing leather.
Yeah, but I'd rather they weren't. Just skip right past that part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With the
So
nothing.
there's no kink in you at all, apparently.
No,
well,
but there is news item number 9.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I can't expound on this topic.
None of us would rather you do that.
Okay.
Nor does the audience. Right, audience?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
See, audience totally wants number.
Diehard Gamer Radio is filmed in front of a live living room audience.
Audience full of hawks.
How about a little fire
In our audience today, a Dreamcast, PS2, a GameCube, a really old joystick that I got for $5.
Some B-rate actors from Buck Rogers.
Yep.
So, next up. GameStop employees don't get paid like normal people.
Well, they're not normal people.
Yeah.
They work retail. I
You
mean,
beat-
they're
you-
obviously second class.
You beat me to it.
Yeah.
Why would
It's
you
okay,
pay them
they're
like
not
real
normal
people when they're
people.
not real people?
No, they get paid in, what is this?
Ducats.
Currency.
Magoogles.
Ducats. Really now.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Let me read my notes here. Maestro cards.
Yeah, because it's magic. It's magic how
It's
they
magic if you can get
nick
your
them
pay.
all for, yeah. It's magic how they dick them around for all the fees.
Well, how hard is it to just
And
get
it's
a
totally
checking
illegal.
account?
Well,
They don't deal with checking accounts. It's only direct deposit.
Well,
Well,
yeah, you
well, I
get
mean,
a
for
direct
the bank,
deposit
but I
into
mean,
your checking account.
There's no checks or any other way to go. You have to do direct deposit or you got to do the card.
Yeah, but you can have a pulse and get a checking account. So, I mean,
Well,
that's a big
Especially if
problem.
you sign up for direct deposit,
Yeah.
at which point they give you bonus
Yeah.
dollars.
But-
Yeah, they actually put money in your account now.
But GameStop's justification for not giving out checks is that they figure that most of its employees are teenagers and do not have bank accounts. I mean, really.
What a crock of shit.
Yeah.
That's the biggest cop out.
I think it's just we're trying to save on payroll fees.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
They're
have-
saving on paper checks is what they're saying.
Have you seen what fees places charge for cashing a check?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you're kind of fucked either way, paper check or not.
Yeah. It's called get a bank account.
yeah.
Yipper. And read that booklet when you
Yeah.
get employed.
When you all that paperwork they give you when you sign your employment stuff, it's kind of important to read that stuff.
But this ended up on Kotaku and the Consumerist. But basically, it's like, yeah, we get a card for our payment, and we get paid like fees to try and take stuff out of, take out like money to spend.
Says it's an ATM cash card.
It's not even an ATM card. It's like some.
Well, no, it's an ATM card.
Well, I've never heard of Maestro until now.
Have you ever looked at the little block of like 8 different logos that are up there?
Yes, I look at every ATM ever to see, well, this apparently accepts a card that I don't have.
I don't know. I just think it's a really bad deal for people that do it, so they shouldn't do it. I mean, I think that's the end of the end of the article should be, yeah, this Maestro thing is really stupid, so don't use it. Just get a direct checking account and do direct deposit. End of the article.
Even if you did, take the damn card over to the ATM, take out the maximum amount,
I
because
just-
you're working at GameStop, so you're not really getting paid that much.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only time they don't get dicked around is they get to use it once a month, and they take their money out once a month. They can take it all out, and I guess they don't pay a fee for that. But it's when they
So,
go back that second time.
Do
But
that.
the agreement that they sign where they go in and choose to use that tells them, oh, yeah, this is a great card. You could use it once every day if you wanted to.
Well, and you can.
It doesn't say anything in there about the fact you get fees for every time you use it, though.
Well, it's a creative
so you won't do
omission.
that twice.
Yeah,
It's a
very
creative omission.
creative.
You can use it every day. There's
For
nothing
a
preventing you.
price, which we will not name.
Or, you could, write down where your finances are going.
Well, it's like Krukov said. If you're playing at actual, if you're working at GameStop, you're really not getting paid very much anyway. So just take it all out and put it in your sock, and then
It would be safer than a bank nowadays.
Then bring that back and beat the
my
manager
sock
with
is
it.
not FDIC insured. I guarantee you.
Are you sure about
It's
that?
not even insured by Haynes.
Yeah. Look at this. I don't even have socks.
I think that's
Well,
the problem right
what kind
now.
of insurance
Oh
is that?
crap! Your sock bank really blows.
It does.
He's got half a
My
shoe.
sock's been purchased by Bank of America.
You want to add more fiscal humor to this?
Some CEO is basking out on the beach right now with your
They have
sock.
a golden
My
sock.
Somebody, it's like at the end of Office Space where the guy comes over to Milton and he like gives them the tip for it. Just puts a sock up there on the thing and walks away with it.
Oh, a 92 Argyle. Good
Yeah,
year.
very nice, very nice. Yes.
Classic stitching.
Why do you always make that sound?
Because that's
He loves
old
a hamburger.
rich guy sound.
The old rich guy
It is.
sound.
It's
Do it, Claire.
very good. Knickers and
Poppycock.
Poppycock.
all that sort of nonsense.
All that bother.
Yes,
Do you even know what you're saying?
and such.
And
Just so.
can we have a
Jolly good.
Can we have an episode where we just talk like old guy talk for the whole episode?
No, that would really suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you do the old guy voice. You do the old guy voice, and I'll think of another voice for myself.
I'll do Cockney.
Cockney.
Right, tasty bit of crumpet there, governor.
You could talk about you could talk about that rape game, and it's like, and now my review of the rape game. What's all this then?
Poppycock.
No, that's a different game. Speaking about cock, did you happen to see the Saturday Night Live sketch with was it Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Did you watch that skit?
No,
You
the
may have
Jonas
to.
Brothers.
It's about the Wii.
that's great.
I think.
Don't
are
tell
there,
me SNL is just now figuring out
No,
that the
penis
Wii
jokes?
is named after a penis.
Well, no, it's more than that.
Yeah.
All right, next up, a couple plans an in-game Little Big Planet wedding to be removed later from Sony for copyright infringement. No, wait,
Probably.
So yet another wedding that happens in a virtual environment.
what is up with these weddings? I mean, really?
It just proves there's couples where both of them are, in fact, so socially incompetent they can't even elope properly.
Pretty much.
Or afford it.
Well, if you're eloping, why would you announce it on like Joystick or Kotaku? That's not a really,
They
you're
just
trying
need
to
to go to
elope that-
Vegas like
well-
everybody has been for the last 50 years.
Somebody
Be
missed that memo.
fine.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
someone
Stop
had to make a
clogging
wedding
up
level.
our goddamn inner tubes.
Yeah, stop clogging up with the tubes with your fake marriages.
You're so jaded and so cynical. Why is that, Steve?
I'm just saying that get married. If you're going to get married like,
Real people, like on Eve.
meat space people.
Oh. Well, these are meat space people. Well, I would assume they're.
How do you
meat
know?
I mean, they could be people dressed up as sack boy and sack girl?
They could be, they could be
No,
Sony
if
online.
they're getting married on there, they will be a
nonsense.
sack boy and a sack girl.
They could be employees of Sony Computer Entertainment that are just doing this fake.
Oh, you mean like All I Want for Xmas is a PSP? They're doing that? It's like, let's do a fake wedding to drum up support for
It's
our
a
game.
political stunt.
Yeah, they're also going to get to have one guest, too. So it's going to be the bride, the groom, the priest, and one guest.
That's great.
So it could be a lottery for this guy.
Because there's only 4 players in Little Big
Yeah.
Planet.
Oh, that's excellent.
The funny thing is, though, is I think you'll be able to go on that day and play their wedding level. I think you can download it and play it.
So is this fourth guest going to be like some asshole? Some online
He's
asshole
gonna be
that's
the
like,
guy that
fucking
objects to
noobs.
the. Yeah, he's gonna be the guy that objects to the wedding.
It's going to be some hobbo.
He'll just show up there and jump off a cliff till he runs out of lives and ends the level.
He's gonna
Wedding's closed.
he's gonna join in and then
No, he's gonna come
get
up and
pissed off and then log out immediately.
he's gonna walk up to the bride and bitch slap her.
Oh,
Have you done that yet? That's hilarious. I had Cog come over one day so we could play 2-player, and I walked up to her and I moved the joystick, the little analog pad, just fast enough that I swung left and I bitch slapped her, knocked her down. It was hilarious. We spent like 10 minutes knocking each other down. It was so funny.
That's funny.
I don't know.
It's going to be an awesome wedding.
Yeah.
best wedding ever. All right, last up, our good
Best wedding
friends
ever.
at Insert Credit, who always does the fucking Konami week, has decided that we're not going to do fucking Konami Week because all the games that they came out with last year, for the most part, sucked. So they're
Fucking
doing
A.
fucking Taito versus EA Week, the mismatch of the aeons for, according to them, and my money's
Well,
on
because
Taito.
obviously Taito wins.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of a good EA franchise.
I like the one with the football guy. There was the skater guy. I like
Tony
those
Hawk.
games.
They all pale in
The
comparison
skater
to
guy,
Power
you mean
Shovel.
Skater Die?
No, he's talking about Tony Hawk. I
Oh.
think that's the EA
No, they made Skater
franchise.
Die as well.
Yeah, but it was like 20 years ago.
that doesn't change the fact that they made it.
When they had ECA was their logo.
But I actually went to the EA Wikipedia entry and looked up the list of titles that EA has made. And, you know, it's like
Wow, you
20
were
pages long.
Really bored, weren't you?
I must have been.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff on there. I think Burnout was the last one I actually enjoyed.
Well, what I want to know is when EA became the good guy. It's really kind
when
of creeping
Activision
me out.
became the bad guy, apparently.
They're not the good guy. They just go buy up better companies.
Well, no, because
They
EA
buy up
is,
all the companies that talk smack about them.
well, EA is now the major industry player that's actually trying to do new IP. And still trying to, even after having a horrible year last year after
Well, it's-
doing
Well,
Well,
they
they
don't
get
have to worry about
their-
competition
what, they get a new
anymore, 'cause
president
they
or
bought
what?
it all. So
well, no,
now they can
Activision
be-
is bigger than EA now
Is it?
by a significant chunk.
Yeah, after they bought Blizzard.
And
Yeah.
also
Oh,
after
yeah, yeah.
Activision had an awesome year of only producing franchises they can milk yearly.
Oh, they were the only ones that made money last year. Apparently, it was like somewhere in the billions.
Well, I
Like
think-
$3 billion.
I think EA's the reputation of EA of only making games that are franchise and sucky caught up with the business reality that you can't keep making money off of things that are repeats and sucky.
Yeah.
And so they had this come to Jesus meeting where they said, maybe we should start making money again.
Well, except for sports franchises, which always make a minimum amount of money every year, regardless.
Well,
you
yeah,
can
but
keep
you can't
making
run
those,
the
but you
whole-
have to.
Yeah, but
Well,
you can't,
well,
you
they're the
can't-
only ones that are allowed to, at least with the NFL.
Yeah, but you can't run the whole company off of those, you know,
No.
Lord knows they've tried.
Madden and whatever. So I'm sure they
They
make
could always
money.
do
They
a
just don't
yearly
make enough
skate or
money to do-
die.
Yeah, the yearly skate or die. I think it was called Tony Hawk.
Well, that's
Yeah.
true.
We saw how that did.
By the way, what's the deal with Brutal Legend? Because it was like,
It's
Well, it
coming
was in
back.
publisher hell for a while.
Yeah.
I think-
Although they still haven't really showed any gameplay footage. So
and I think it's in a lawsuit now because I think Activision was doing something with it. Now EA.
I thought they
wants it
got
in-
out of all their publisher hell stuff, but I'm not sure.
I thought it got sold, and somebody's bringing it out now. It's going back into the.
Yeah, there's something going on with. I mean, I'd have to look. I mean, I didn't follow it. I was just like,
Because it was like the I think it was Vivendi that went out of business, and it was like one of the ones that ended up in limbo out of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So next up, do we have any Star Trek Sextroid news?
Nope.
Okay. I wanted to remind myself and let Steve know that I was looking at TV on DVD. TV on DVD. And apparently, Parker Lewis Can't Lose is now coming out on DVD.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I thought that it was never going to show up
No,
anywhere.
it is. I'll show you the link after the
Wow,
show.
that's
Hey,
that's
after
actually
seeing
interesting news.
Ghostbusters, the animated series, come out on DVD, I can believe anything.
Well, Parker
I
Lewis
never
Can't
thought we'd
Lose,
see that
like,
come out.
it was like nobody like even would acknowledge that Parker Lewis Can't Lose was even like owned by anybody in the rights, and it was like it was
It's,
as if it never existed for
It's
like 20 years.
it's Shout Factory is the people that are
Oh,
that bought
kinda
the
makes
rights
sense.
to it.
They kind of grab stuff that nobody else is really concerned with. That's kind of interesting.
By the way, are you gonna pick up Real Ghostbusters the box set? Because I know that
Yeah,
you were,
eventually.
yeah, you might want to get on that because I don't know how long the box set's going to come out because I think the individual volumes are coming out like March.
Oh, the box set will still be available, I'm sure.
And me, I'll just wait for Mysterious Cities of Gold to come out on DVD.
It was
It's
a
about-
good game.
Good game. I'm talking about the series on Nickelodeon.
Maybe you should play the game.
I don't remember the game. I vaguely remember the series.
It was, I believe, 4-color CGA, but it was excellent.
Wow. 4 colors? Wow.
I believe you could manage to kill many, many natives.
That's excellent. By the way,
good
what's
stuff.
it? Oregon Trail's coming out on the iPhone. I wonder if it integrates with
Custer's
Google
Last Stand.
with Google Maps.
Yeah.
With Google Maps, so you can find out where exactly you got dysentery.
It's actually happens in real time.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We got to make a run for the border.
So
Sponsored by the Oregon Bureau of Tourism.
So, next up, I have a quick review, and I will make it quick because I know that reviews usually
Yeah,
kill the
right.
podcast.
To a
And we already
screeching
killed it,
halt.
I don't know, 4 or 5 times during the news bits, so
Yeah.
there's
pretty
just
much.
not many lives left at this
But yeah,
podcast.
the Taito versus EA week, it's like, okay, well, Taito's a better company. Blah, blah, blah.
we use the
They
Konami
made
code
Space
at the
Invaders, so
beginning.
automatically they're cooler.
I've been feeling really kind towards EA lately, too, because
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I've been hearing a lot of positive buzz now about Dead Space. I mean, now that we've actually got the RE5 demo, it's building a lot of good news
yeah, they've
for
been
Dead
showing
Space.
the animated movie on Sci-Fi.
But-
Well,
They've
no,
been
I mean, it's
pushing
like
other
it's people
things.
being disappointed with RE5, going, Dead Space was better. Maybe people should go back
Wow.
and play that.
By the way, did any of you try the Resident Evil 5 trailer? Or the demo?
No.
Horribly disappointed. Horribly.
Really?
I mean, it really is RE4 all over again. But the thing that just
Well, that wasn't a bad game.
removed my desire to play the thing is when to play co-op mode for it, because that's what the game's built for, right?
Yeah.
Split screen co-op on a 16:9 widescreen television. They do vertically stacked 4:3 postage stamps.
What?
Wow.
Wait,
fucking
what?
Epic fail right there.
There's like a foot, a black bar on either side of the
Oh.
screen.
Is that going to be fixed when the final version comes out?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Want people to buy it.
I don't know. Are you gonna buy it and find out?
Oh God, no.
Exactly.
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, it looks interesting, but once again, I suck at survival.
Well, but
horror
that's kind of the
games.
point. If they weren't gonna make it not like that, why would you put it in the demo? You know, seriously,
And they've
bad
been
idea.
pushing out their review copies for a while now. I mean, the game has to be done.
Yeah, that's really awful.
What a shame.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine if you're playing on live, but that means there's one way to play this game apparently, and
Yeah.
that's co-op on live.
Yeah, that's good. That'll work out
That's
well.
Excellent.
Got a lot of longevity to that game.
So, are you going to pick up Dead Space?
It's definitely on my when it hits $20 list.
And Brian, do you have any interest in Dead Space?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat though. I wasn't willing to pay full price for it.
I really like the combat they had in the demo for it.
Oh,
It's an FPS, it
Well-
already interests me to that degree, but it's pretty to watch. And I like when I read the review about how you kill people and how you kill creatures and what you have to do for certain ones and how you have to figure it out. That kind of interested me because it's not just a run and gun; it actually makes you think. And you
Okay.
got to use certain weapons different ways and take out parts of them. And
who's the developer on that? Does anyone know off the top of their head?
no,
I actually don't know.
Okay.
But it's an FPS as much as RE4 is an FPS. Because I mean, it's
Yeah.
the same over-the-shoulder viewpoint.
Yeah, it's a little
essentially the
third
same
person.
control schemes, except you can move while you have a gun out.
Yeah. It has more. It's more kind of like Gears of War
Modern.
in that way, where you have that. I don't mind that to a degree if it plays well, and if it's not
So it's
stupid
Gears
where you
of
have to stop
War-ish.
to use a weapon or something and then switch your view again all over to get out of it.
I really think the best comparison is RE4, but in this century.
In this century. Okay. Well, I have a review of the Retro Game Challenge for the Nintendo DS.
If you're in the audience right now, you can fast forward to 1 minute and 30 seconds from now to avoid the review.
Thanks, Steve. That's the kind of friendship and support I truly need in my time of.
He's just looking out for the viewer. I mean,
I'm looking out for
listener.
the listeners,
Well, they can turn on the Maxim podcast while this is going on.
pretty much.
I've been able to play Xbox 360 with my boobs. Here's pictures. It's like, oh.
Oh man,
That-
I would tune
That
into
would
that.
be a
actually.
better. Hold on a sec, everyone. We're switching podcasts. Just
All
bear
right.
with us here.
We booze with fun bags.
Yeah, anybody who's interested, we'll,
I
we'll
hope
be
that's not a
playing the
URL.
Maxim podcast here shortly.
Should I be playing games with my boobs?
No.
Fun games with fun bags. Here's our top 5 list.
See if that URL is taken. We should register that.
I'm a little worried actually. I'll be very annoyed because SiriusXM is supposedly going to declare bankruptcy on Tuesday.
Now, when you declare bankruptcy, does it make that Wheel of Fortune sound effect? When you declare bankruptcy, it's just.
I think that's only for
Oddball
Chapter
stories. Did anybody hear about that guy, that mysterious buyer of Midway stock last summer?
Well, Midway declared, what was it, Chapter 11 bankruptcy or Chapter 7? They declared bankruptcy
Yeah,
very
but
recently.
somebody saw this coming last July, last August, and they went in and bought 87% of the shares of the company at 0.0012 cents a share. So the guy spent literally around $100,000 to buy all the stock of the company that was available.
Was
And go
that
figure, all of a
good
sudden they go.
investment?
Well, no. He was predicting that they were going to go bankrupt, and this kind of forced EA's hand because it did force them into bankruptcy. But the funny thing is, he who owns the majority of the stock gets paid first when a bankruptcy happens. So no matter what happens, this guy will not only make his money back, he'll make money on top of that money because he owns all the shares in the company.
It
Because a
depends on-
stockholder is the first person to get paid during
Actually, usually
bankruptcy.
it depends on the state that they're incorporated in. A lot of states, the stockholders are the last people to get paid.
Well,
Yeah, I
not
thought
where
the
Midway
creditors
was
were
organized,
usually
apparently.
first in line.
But it depends on where they were incorporated.
Yeah,
So-
where this guy knew, and nobody can seem to track him down. And it's
imagine
kind of
why.
weird. He's some mysterious entity that's going to get his money out of this, at least his money and maybe a little bit more. So it was kind of it was weird that this happened before the bankruptcy and actually perpetuated the bankruptcy to some degree. So
All right,
Maybe
well,
he wanted to just write it off as one of his capital losses.
I don't know, but
I mean,
he's
that'd be a good way to do it.
Maybe it was just some
Well,
Midway game franchise.
there's
he
something
really,
going
really
on in
wanted
the
to
background
own.
where he was kind of friendshipped or sweethearted by doing this because he was given the rights to be able to buy it before anybody else, and I don't know why. I didn't quite read that in the article, but
He probably knew somebody that knew somebody. That.
exactly, there's something behind this more so that
so
he
like
knew
insider
long
trading
before.
type thing.
Maybe to
Well-
a degree, but it's not really trading because the company's going under. He just bought what nobody else would, and he got it at a really, really low deal. So it's kind of strange.
I don't know. 'Cause,
Well,
yeah, it's kinda,
just wake me up when Midway's IP start going for sale, so I can put in a bid for
Oh
Narc.
God! You should see the money they owe. It's into the millions and millions and millions of
it
dollars.
helps if they've done anything in the last 10 years.
They owe Wells Fargo, who's at the top list, 150 million
Eh,
to start with. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
whatever. They put out a game sometime in the last 10 years.
Well,
maybe
no, they
can
need to
update
put
it
out a
back.
good game.
Well, a game.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
they
consider
did.
bad
They
games
came
to
out
be
with a
games.
game last year. They didn't, was it Mortal Kombat versus DC?
Yeah, that was really awesome.
Yeah.
Probably put them in more
Like
debt.
I said, a good game. All right. So this game
Are you
that
done with
I'm
your
reviewing.
review yet?
No.
We got a review.
Yes. I've been trying to do it for the past 5 minutes.
Damn it.
Shit, now we got to re-record that whole skip ahead method.
Yeah. Can you add another 3.5 minutes to
Yeah. So it's for Retro Game Challenge, which is based off a Japanese game show called Game Center CX. It's about this guy named Arino who basically works at this giant corporation, and all he does all day is play games. And he goes up in rank as he plays games. I think
Is his
So
first name a
this
Janet?
is corporate
Is what?
America.
Is his first name Janet?
No.
Damn it.
Well, there goes that joke.
No. No. But I think that game is I think the show is relevant to your interest, though, Brian. Would you stop that? I'm trying.
Seriously, backstory killing me here.
Oh, all right.
Tell me about the game.
The game is basically a series of 8 retro games, except they're not retro games. They're actually
Like
original.
mini games or something?
No, they're not mini games. They're actual full games that are done retro style, and none of these games actually existed, so they're all original IPs.
Huh.
And there's 8, 9 games, everything from driving games to classic RPG to shmups. And you basically have to complete these challenges, like, beat level 2 or get, 50,000 points to advance to the next level. But it's a lot of fun.
So what they did was came up with a backstory to give people a reason to buy a compilation of very simple games.
That were never released.
Well,
are
they
we
never
talking
really
about like Atari
Pole position
2600?
type
Or are
here?
we talking
No,
like
we're talking like
NES, or-
NES.
So it's got colors.
Yes.
It has
got
more than a
distinguish-
64 by
It's got
64
distinguishable
pixel
colors.
But when you get a chance, I'll let you check it out, Brian, because I think you'd really like it.
Huh.
What system they make it for?
Nintendo DS.
Oh.
What?
That means
Land
John
of
won't be
the
able to play it.
minigame collection.
It's not a mini game collection though. That's the
Yeah, I
thing.
know.
They're like full-fledged. They're full games. There's just mini challenges in each game. Plus, you have to clear each game.
So does this mean Nintendo finally ran out of old games to port, so they had to start making new old
Well,
games?
it's not a Nintendo game. It's I don't remember the developer, but I know Xseed is the ones that are bringing it out.
Huh. Weird.
By the way, was it March 17th? It's sometime in March, I think, is when the Raiden collection comes out on the Xbox 360. Hopefully. Oh, and developer, who's ever releasing that over here, keep Tate mode or I will kill you.
So you can turn your TV sideways?
Well, I have a special monitor that's sideways just for Tate games.
Yeah.
So, it has to have Tate or I will not play.
I'm looking
Oh,
forward
and
to that
that,
too because it's going to be like $30 on
The
release.
was it the Ultimate Shooting Collection for the Wii, which is the American release of the Milestone games.
Trizeal and Radiology. Rattletree.
Rattlegy, Chaos Field, and Karos. It did come out in this country. Yes, there's a Tate mode, but there isn't. It doesn't turn the joystick to Tate. You actually have to enter a code to turn the joystick 90 degrees for Tate mode, and you have to do that every time you want to play it.
That's stupid.
So right away, it's like, no.
It's a good
I'm
thing
not
I
gonna
own
buy
all
it.
those
I'm not going to
games.
buy it if I have to make that step to.
Well, it's a good thing I already
play the
own
game.
all those games anyways because I don't need to play them.
Because
on the
putting that
system.
code is just too much effort.
You'll go ahead and buy a monitor that you can turn on its side, but you won't put in a code before you have your game.
Well, you can't save. It's like, well, what's the point? And the only reason I would buy it would be for Chaos Field, and that's not Tate. It's Yoko, as far as I remember. Yeah, it's a Yoko game. So it's
So it'll ruin your band?
no, no. Yoko Tate, horizontal, vertical.
Yeah, I don't care about the definitions.
You do
My
care.
joke was a lot funnier.
No.
Yeah.
You're just not a real gamer.
Yeah,
Go
apparently
go
not.
ahead and play your Brown.
Levels of elitism rising.
I was an elitist last podcast. I'm not going to be an elitist this podcast.
Yeah,
You're
he's just a
too
weeaboo
late.
now.
Too late.
What do you mean
You're
too late?
Elitist weeaboo and elitist gamer.
I
in
am
the
not a
same
weeaboo.
podcast. Whatever.
I'm not a weeaboo.
Whatever.
You're a weeaboo.
Your mom.
No, you.
Your mom's a weeaboo.
No, you.
No, you, sir, are the butt licker.
Yeah. You are the ones who are the ball lickers.
Do you have anything, John?
Are you a ball licker?
To add to the insulting of you.
Well, you've already done that this whole podcast. So I mean, have you played
No,
anything?
I don't know
lately?
how to work in another shadow joke there. So,
Yeah.
yes, I've been playing. Started on BATEN KAITOS.
No, is this the Game Boy Advance one where you have to play it in the sunlight or something like that?
No, that's which one is that? That's the
yeah, I've
Kojima
got the first one
one
at home too.
And that's got a crazy name too. Which
Yeah.
Now I really want to remember all of a sudden.
That's a fun game though.
But yeah,
because it's
about-
like the sun is in your hand is the subtitle for it.
Yeah, you actually go out into the sun to charge up the little adapter on there so that you have sun power when you go play at night, so you can
Yeah.
kill the dead with it and survive.
Well, and you also want the sunlight when you're fighting vampires and stuff. Doesn't it start with like a D?
Well, we could look it up.
Man,
you
I
have a 1 in
can't think of it.
26 chance.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but no, BATEN KAITOS was a GameCube RPG, which really there weren't very many of them.
Maybe like 2 or 3.
Well, good ones.
Well, I don't know that they actually did bad ones, which is kind of
They
interesting.
didn't do enough to do bad ones.
Yeah, they just did like a handful, and they all seem to be pretty good. There might have been one that was shit. I don't really know.
Well, they ported Skies of Arcadia over to it too.
Which, awesome.
Another great, yeah.
Certainly the Dreamcast was an example of that, where there was like 5 RPGs, but they were all excellent. But BATEN KAITOS is a very unusual role-playing game, and it reminds me in a lot of ways of Grandia 2, which makes me very, very happy, as I think that's the last JRPG I played and enjoyed.
Grandia 2 was an awesome game.
But it uses a fascinating card battle system. So each character in your party has a deck of cards, and you deal a handout, and you have to play your attack and defense cards out of that. It also happens in real time, which keeps it interesting. Another piece I like is that when you're on the world map, the monsters actually appear on it, and you can choose to encounter them or not, which is also something I really liked out of Grandia 2.
So now,
Nice.
with the characters, does each character have their own deck of cards?
Yes, that's what I
And
said.
can you edit the decks?
Yep, and you earn new cards and abilities.
Huh.
It also does some fascinating things with the cards themselves, in that they age over time. For instance, you can get a card that's a bamboo shoot, and you can put that card in your deck, and when you use it as an attack, it heals 45 hit points. But if you keep it for a while, it sprouts into a bamboo pole that becomes a spear that you can use as an attack card. Or there's some bananas that you can get that start out being green bananas that are just hard and are like a shitty attack card. You keep them, they turn into ripe bananas that are a good heal card. And you keep them even longer, and they turn into a banana peel that you can use as an attack card. It's like,
Wow, that's pretty creative at least.
there's also like special combinations that you can use that end up making new cards. There's an interesting mechanic where you get bonuses for playing straights and pairs.
Huh.
The plot line so far is following the standard JRPG cliches. The voice acting is hideous. But the gameplay mechanics are really interesting.
I may have to check it out because it sounds really interesting.
The
And
other
weird enough for me that it's like, this might be kind of cool.
The other crazy thing they did is the only way you earn money in the game is by taking pictures of the monsters you fight. The cards that you win, essentially the items, are worthless. You don't earn money for killing anything, but you take pictures, which end up being displayed as cards, and take 10 minutes to develop. And as they develop, they become worth gradually more. And that's your primary source of income.
That's
just really weird in a lot of ways, and definitely a nice creative take on a genre which needs all the help it can get.
I'll definitely want to check out some screenshots and maybe some video of this because it sounds very odd.
I'm only about 4 hours in now, so I don't know whether or not the plot line will actually end up being interesting or not. But by the time
It's a JRPG, I doubt it.
by the time I'd hit about 2 hours in, though, the battle system had definitely caught my attention, and it's a game that, just like Grandia 2, I don't mind grinding monsters because I think the combat itself is fun. So I'm totally
Not to
willing
mention the
go
fact
run
you can
around and keep
age
doing
cards. That's kind of unique.
That's kind of interesting. Okay.
They actually did 2 games in the series, too. So, I mean, the first one must have done somewhat decent. There was BATEN KAITOS, what is it, like Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean, I think is the full title.
Who's the developer on this?
Or
Or publisher? Or...
I remember when it came out, but I don't remember the name. I don't remember who
I
did
mean,
it
I can
either.
always look it up. I could look it up.
I think it's like Ace, something Ace. I think they're the same ones. They might be the same ones who do Star Ocean.
You mean Tri-Ace?
I think it might be. I'm not sure. I mean, I'd have to look it up to be sure. But it's one of the reasonably well-known second-tier JRPG developers.
Huh.
And then the second one they did was BATEN KAITOS Origins, which was a prequel. But, it's a weird little GameCube title to go digging up. It's cheap on Amazon even to get new copies these days.
Okay. And Brian, you got anything? I don't know
Oh
if-
man, I started with Ace Combat 6, and then my Xbox died, so I had to go get another one. And
Your Xbox died again?
the first one did, yeah. It got 2 red rings on the whole left of the ring went red. I was just sitting there.
Is that like an
I was sitting there
AC
getting ready to watch a
problem, or-
Netflix streaming one night, and I just hear the drive inside winding up. It's like. I thought it was going to go through the wall. It was like a jet engine by the time it hit full speed.
You know, that is
and-
how Ace Combat actually loads.
Yeah. And this is before I had the game in it, but yeah, I started playing the game. I got maybe an hour into it. I didn't get a lot of time, and then the system died. And
What's the
So-
2 red rings? Because I know what the 3 is.
I
Obviously.
don't know. It's some sort of defect with the drive. It's not the drive. I think it's the heating fan inside.
Huh.
Something goes wrong where it's incorrectly pulling heat
And
out
that
of
was
it
the
and
one
it
that you
overheats.
had replaced.
Yeah, so that one's gone through the crapper.
So you just take the hard drive off, put it in your other one, and
Yeah, I went and got another one, and I got a 60 gig because I wanted to get the bigger hard drive anyways. It was going to cost more money to get it in pieces or buy the drive separately, so I figured since I got to get a new system anyhow, I might as well just get one that's fully warranted
so you
from here out.
need to get the device to
Yeah,
move stuff from
Angry
one to
John's
another.
actually going to buy a 120 this next month, I think. So he's going to give me the cable when he's done with his, and then I'll just move my 20 over to the 60 because my 20 is almost full anyways. So,
Okay.
but anyways, I started playing Ace Combat 6. Didn't get enough time into that, and then the system crapped out. So I got a copy of Eye of Judgment for the PS3. Finally got to start playing that. I only got about an hour into that too, and then I found a copy of The World Ends With You, so I've been playing that nonstop. So I got nothing right now, but I'll have a whole lot of something next time.
Okay.
Just want to say I feel your pain because I've started getting disc read errors out of my 360 now that it's exactly 1 month out of warranty.
Surprise, yeah.
And
Oh,
this
I
is
will.
my third one.
I did get a copy of Metal Gear Solid 4 and MotorStorm and Time Crisis for the PS3. And MotorStorm's actually a kick in the pants. I gotta say the graphics are really well done, and the play, the driving is actually a lot of fun. I like driving games, especially kind of dune buggy, kind of off-road games, and this one's real creative. It's actually a lot of fun. So
Have you taken a look at Pure yet?
yeah, I haven't had time to. I got to play the demo and I really liked it, but I just don't want to throw the full amount of money into it. I'll probably get away. It's $20 or $30 for sure.
Picked mine up for 20 off Amazon.
Oh, did
can't
you?
get it for that cheap.
Nice.
And it's the best racing game I've played
It's
since
pretty,
Burnout
yeah.
3.
I really liked it. I liked it in motion,
And
and I
it's-
liked the graphics for sure.
And you played Flat Out too. And I
Yeah.
really think that Pure is the game that Flat Out should have been.
Okay.
It takes the same kind of sort of arcade style and I think some of the feel of that game, but it does it all so much better.
MotorStorm's not quite as realistic. It's more of an arcade game, so it's more fun just to pop in and play. But I know Grid is more what I like more the Gran Turismo type of realistic feel and reaction to everything around. And it's just pretty to watch. I mean, it's so well done. So I'll definitely be getting a copy of it. Just a matter of time.
Okay. Well, is that it for the podcast? We got anything else?
Podcast dead.
Well, I know Steve's been falling asleep,
What? I'm
being
not falling
generally
asleep. I'm just kinda-
disrespectful to his
bored out of his
coworkers.
skull.
I'm just not, the only thing I popped up and started paying attention to was when you mentioned Burnout 3.
Well,
That was the
if
last
you mentioned
racing game I
something
liked,
that, if you mentioned something that you like, then you could stay
I
awake.
think there
too.
was something in the news too, like on Kotaku recently, about a new Burnout in the works.
I haven't been too impressed
Well,
with the last couple of days.
Yeah,
so-
well,
It's-
that's why we got to
it's-
hope for the next one.
They're releasing the sort of gold edition of Burnout Paradise because they've kept adding things onto it, and they're doing the gold one that's going to have all the it's going to have all the pay for stuff that they're coming out.
Oh,
with
okay.
like the party
That
pack
might be
and the
worth
new
it then.
island and stuff. And I mean, they've done a lot of stuff with that. And if you like that style of game, that sort of like Need for Speed open world racer, it's an excellent game.
The midnight club
don't.
racing type.
I don't
game.
either. I like the original
I don't like it
Burnout.
either.
Burnout 3 was the
I'd
best,
also
I
like
think.
to add that my birthday comes up in April, so
You know what you should do?
if I haven't bought,
So he's going to be an April Fool.
You know what you should do there, Murdock? You should buy Burnout 3.
no, I
Yeah,
can't.
you really should.
No,
Yeah?
no,
Yeah?
I'm not. It's made by EA. I don't buy EA games.
Yeah, yo.
But EA makes good games.
Don't
now.
care. Don't buy EA. I don't buy EA games.
So you don't buy good games, is what you're saying?
No, I buy good. There are other games that are good that are
Yes,
made
but
by
I'm telling
other
you that this
publishers.
particular EA game is really good.
I'm not
It's
buying
not
it.
just really good.
Yeah, I mean
It's like epically good.
yeah, that's like the one racer I've ever played that got it all right.
Yeah.
But if anyone wants to buy Fallout 3 for me,
Why would we want to do that?
I don't know. Because I don't. I'm afraid to buy it myself.
You
Because I'm
scaredy
afraid it
cat.
might
You're
suck.
afraid of a video game. That's great.
You're afraid of spending money on a video game.
Yeah.
No, that's
No, that's one fear he'll
that's-
never have.
No. That's Brian is right. I'll never have a fear of that, considering how much money I spend on games. Too much. I should be spending it on like artistic endeavors.
Coke and blow.
Yeah, that's artistic.
Yeah.
Coke and blow is.
cocaine.
Oh, by the way, I went to the Adult Swim forums, and apparently Metalocalypse season 3 will be coming out in the fall.
Wow, that's a long delay. That's
Well,
like a year.
Well, it's a sticky on the forum. It's like the first thread. It's like, listen, dildos. Here's when season 3's coming out.
Listen, you dodos.
That's actually what it says.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for Diehard Gamer Radio.
Join us next time when we'll call each other dildos some more.
Join us next week, dildos.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to Diehard Gamer Radio. You can visit our website at diehardgamerradio.com and iTunes, or you can email us at diehardgamerradio@gmail.com.